Hello and welcome back to another episode on Marvel Mad. I'm your host, as always, Dwayne the Captain Coffee, and welcome back to another episode 7 Agatha All Along review. Now this one, to me, is probably the best so far. I really enjoyed this one. I liked how it wasn't all in like one fluid motion or anything like that. It was like out of order, and you was chopping and changing, and you was trying to figure out when does that bit add up and when does that bit add up. But this is a massive like link up to the rest of the series as well, and you see bits that have happened in the series, especially from Lily's point of view, and it all makes sense now, and I really did enjoy this. And then there's another big like reveal at the end of this episode as well, now that really is like, oh boy, I cannot wait for next season, next week's 2-episode finale, because right, one thing I'm hoping for still is Wanda. Wanda's got to be at the end of this season, or I'm going to be pissed. But what happens at the end of this season, this character's got to go much further now on to the rest and other Marvel projects and stuff like that sort of thing. Because I'll say at the end, but there's one person particular I want this character to link up with and have a real good back and forth, because I think them two together would be funny as anything. But anyway, we're going with a recap and everything. Start off with Billy and Wanda obviously walking through the road and everything, and Billy just asks him outright, like, is Wanda dead? Is she actually alive? Is she dead? And I like Agatha. She's like, well, no, well, yes, well, I don't know, sort of thing. Basically saying that, like, they still don't know. She can't be dead. Cannot be dead now. And also basically asks us, where's Rio? So don't worry about that sort of thing. And it's like, he's trying to read her mind, even though he says he's not, but Billy's trying to use his powers to read Agatha's mind, which is really good. And there's another thing as well I'll get a bit further on, but I like how their chemistry together is really, really good, and it's just really cleverly done sort of thing. But then as they're talking, he's really adamant now that is she actually ever been on the road. It's like, he's got a point. Some of the stuff that she's coming out with, it's like they don't add up. It's not good, to be honest. But obviously they see the next trial, they go up towards it and everything, and it is basically like tarot reading, and like reading the, like, not fortune, but like you read the tarot cards and you tell what the future's going to be and that sort of stuff. And like, this is very, very Disney. Like, I'll get Editor Shaney to put it up. So just look at it. It's very, very Disney. Really is. And it's good. It really is good now. Like, when they go into the trial, Agatha's the Wicked Witch of the West. You've got Billy as Maleficent. Them two characters straight away there look so good now. So just, I really did enjoy it. But obviously they try and read Billy's tarot first. Clearly doesn't work in that law. And if you know, it's easy to twig, but if you understand the rest of the trials, you know there's set for a specific person, and clearly this is not set for any of them. But they try it either way. Both of them, Agatha and Billy, try to read both of them. Doesn't work, obviously. And you go and see Lily, the clairvoyant, and like I say, I'm really bad with names. I do apologise. The potions girl. And they're not dead. I knew they wasn't dead. They're underneath the road trying to get towards the trial and that lot. And obviously they're talking, and she's like having them little hazy moments and stuff like that. And then you realise at that point it goes back to when she's like having a very first tea leaf like class with, I'm presuming it's a mum. And all the bits throughout the episode and season is like really adding up. Like when she says, Alice, well, don't try and save Agatha, but it's obviously split over 2 episodes. All these little bits as well are so cleverly done. Like, you know, when she's having them moments, you knew it was going to lead up to something, and then when they finally did it now, like going back through the episodes, linking them all up, linking all the words up and everything, it's really, really well done. Really is clever in that lot, and I really enjoyed it, sort of thing. So she's going through there and learning and saying what she needs to do, and Like they need to find a bookshelf to go and get into the trials and everything, that sort of thing. And they eventually do find the bookshelf, and they're there in the trial. But obviously it snips back and forth to the woman doing the trial, then they're underneath, and then they're back in the trial, and they're just coming through the door and all that sort of stuff. And because like she's like telling the potions guys, I was like, oh, some of the Scarlet Witch knocked off the road and underneath the road and blah, blah, sort of thing. But it's really is good. I really enjoyed that. Obviously now they're in the trial. Lily is the Glendo or something like that. I can never remember. The Good Witch, basically, from Wizard of Oz. And we think the potions girl is it the Evil Queen or something like that sort of thing from Snow White, the one that's got the poisoned apple that puts like Snow White to sleep and stuff. I'm no good with names. I could tell you a picture straight away, but like I say, I've got Shaney to put the thing up and you'll see. But yeah, it was very, very Disney with this one. Really, really is. But as like it's going back and forth between a mum and that lot, and I'm basically saying like you don't need to control your powers. You need to see, basically use your powers properly to see it, sort of thing. And then obviously they realise that the trial's not for Agatha or Bella, it is for her, and she needs to do her own reading, sort of thing. And you basically like find out that each one of them represents one of the cards, which I think is really, really clever and really is nice. And it's like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's just a real satisfying moment where she's basically saying like, I needed the coven to really fulfill my potential. And I'll say it now, it's thinking about it now, looking back at the episodes and stuff, it really plays a lot of homages. This is like hit the nail on the head, but it really is like paying a lot of homages towards like the Wizard of Oz and stuff like that, where it's like they're not looking for power at the end, because that's what not really come on the road. They've all got the power within them, and they just needed the coven, the others, to bring it out on themselves, which I thought was like very well hidden. But then now you've seen it in this episode, it's like, come on, that's a bit. But anyway, she does her reading. The complete it. The trial is complete and everything, and you find out at the end, which is the rumours are finally true. I wasn't too sure. I couldn't make it out for a start off, but Rio is Lady Death. Now that was like, oh damn, and she looks really good as Lady Death. How they put the school thing of her face, and oh, it looks so cool. It really did. It was well worth. Honestly, if you're not bothered about any of the other episodes and stuff, go and see this episode because it's so good. And now we've got Lady Death. We need, I don't know when they're going to do it or how they're going to do it, but we need to see Lady Death with Deadpool. Them two have got such a good like thing in the comics. And like Deadpool always wanted to be with Lady Death and stuff like that, but he can't die. Oh, just having them two, I think the chemistry between them as well would be so good. So yeah, just oh yes, please Marvel, Lady Death, Deadpool, please. But obviously, to complete the trial, she's revealed as Lady Death. Agatha's like, oh, what can I say? I like the bad girls, well, I like the bad boys. So they go out the trial, and basically she tells them each one. So when she calls you a coward, I think it was, she tells Agatha to duck, which is like, okay, that's interesting, because she can still see past her death, basically, and she can still see what's going to come. Obviously, it gives Billy the spell book sort of thing, which is quite cool because he's going to obviously use that. You got she tells the potions witch she's the way forward, so maybe she's the one that brings them all together, or like collectively bonds them or something like that. I'm not too sure. And then obviously, unfortunately, I really am gutted that she did this, but she sacrificed herself because obviously the Salem 7 are on the tails trying to get to them, but they get there just too late because obviously they've completed the trial. And I was really gutted. Even though it was hinting basically a time's almost up and this is where it ends for her, I was really gutted. Really well. I thought she was brilliant, says Lily, and the clairvoyance. It was so clever. But yeah, she's saying like, well, what happens when the trial's been complete but you still hang around? Well, it's only bad. And then obviously she flips one of the cards. It's like it was the Tower reversed, because that's the card she had from Billy, obviously in the last episode when she's doing the palm reading and stuff. But it's like, what happens when the tower's been put back up, right? And the effect on that is literally the whole room just turns on his head sort of thing. And all the Salem 7 are just falling. And she's blessed, hanging on for dear life. And before anything happens with her, the Salem 7 are now done, they're gone. And that's like a big thing, like, well, if they're done now, there should be nothing stopping them at the end of this road. So, it's going to be so good, so good. I can't wait for next week. But then unfortunately, she loses a grip in and she falls and it's to her death, bless her. So that's now 3 of this original coven. That's no more, bless them. Obviously Lily, you've got I still never remember her name, but the Protection Witch obviously passed away, bless her. And then Sharon, or Mrs. Hall, she died at the beginning as well. So it's 3 of them down, and there's only what, 3 left? No, potions, Rio technically, Teen, Agatha. So yeah, there's 4 left. 3 from the original Covenant lot. So yeah, next 2 weeks, next episode, the next 2 episodes next week is going to be so good. I cannot wait. But if there's nothing stopping them now, the Salem 7 are done. The one big thing that could stop them, I don't think it'll be Rio, because Rio's like doors bleeding Agatha and that lot. It's got to be Wanda. It's got to be Wanda and that lot. I'm hoping, praying. It's got to be Wanda. But anyway, that's the recap review of episode 7. I say I really enjoyed it. It was the best episode so far of the series. Just wish they'd make them longer. Really do. It's so frustrating. They're shortening it down. And they have a long one last episode as well. Like Billy's explanation and stuff like that. It was a nice long episode. But then he shortened this one. It's just, infuriating. But anyway, thank you for joining us on another episode of Marvel Mad. Check out the Discord with me and Nate for Project Assemble. Get us chatting over there for any of the live streams that you might want any ideas of. Like, share and subscribe to the channel and all that jazz. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and I will see you all next time on another episode of Marvel Mad. Thank you very much, and goodbye.